extra parts that Rich needed too, like to make the car better. I think I spent like $150 for all the parts. Came back, pulled his car into my garage, fixed it all for him myself. And it was actually better than it was before. So
Yeah.
and then 2 weeks later, Kate ran into somebody, in it. But my guilty conscience was there. Hey Jared, how you doing?
Hi, Cowboy. How you doing? Just going for the ride today?
This is who?
AKA the Mustangs. You think you don't have to know them by just those names. They just beat Regis 95%.
Sin bin, brother. Sin bin.
Yeah.
Are you in the box? Okay. Take the box.
Regis beat up to play us. They just beat up to play us, but they lost to down last week.
Who's that?
That are good.
Oh, the team.
Hello.
Hey, sir.
I think I might be on the video if I this close.
Maybe. You'll be color commentary?
Hello.
I'm going standing in the corner. All the way out of this. Just make sure, Adam, every time you say something, hey, this is Jared King, so.
Right.
I'm going way down there. I just know better after all these years. Yeah.
So I got a buddy down there.
In the corner of positivity.
They're over to lunch, so I might go early.
And Bergstrom?
I
And
know
Bergstrom?
better.
Oh,
What's
Troy?
Troy's dad?
Sean.
Sean. Yeah, Bergstrom. There we go.
That's what I was saying.
All those guys.
That's Friday.
So after
Made me look like an
COVID,
angel. That's all I have.
I haven't been to
Nicole's
the.
freshman year when Holden was teaching us all, we were with the Hawks. Troy was on that team.
Was it?
Yeah.
And he was so sweet. He would, like, one time we were at the ice rink, you know, usually we have like 10 of us in the middle. He was way down on the end, my corner down there. And then all of a sudden you just hear someone screaming, "Good work," and we all look around and we look down there, we're like,
How you doing, Sean? Still
he
here.
was not
Yeah,
doing
the
well.
one that put it. She didn't know
He
there
was
was hot
just
dogs.
angry
Right.
about Twitter.
It's
I
an Air
think he
Force
was
base.
afraid Max was going to get it. I don't know.
It's true. Always an upper. Upper. Marine Corps.
But it's flat now. But Troy would have graduated last year, wouldn't he have, Steve?
No joke.
I think Troy graduated. I wonder when he should have.
Marine Corps.
He quit playing for us after
Call Sean and
freshman.
ask him.
No!
He hasn't texted me for a while. At least 2 years. So.
You're like, "Ew." That's annoying.
Get a little spice in my life.
But you know, I mean, all the generals come in and visiting quarters.
When we were at the hockey stores for ski and golf. That was last year, wasn't it? waiting for that. She came to one game. I saw her one time. And she was late. You're like, oh my gosh, that one's half over. You've seen her half.
He's one of those guys who's like this happy-go-lucky, fun-like this kind of guy. I used to know a guy like he doesn't know you, you are the enemy.
Mookie.
Can't distract him. Jim Benton was the same way.
Huh?
This is the broken and broken wrist test. So I always have that PTSD that I've never broken wrist in this.
This sounds like when you're sitting in the sphere of the world.
Tired. It's like my bedtime right now.
Well, good. I'm glad I'm not the busy one.
I know we don't.
2 years ago, we did that Columbia Blue and Daisy. Somebody's there in
Well, good evening, Screaming Eagles fans out here on Shaw Hockey Productions land. This is Bradley Scott with the play-by-play call tonight. Joining me tonight is none other than
Mark Ladwig. Very excited to be here with you, Bradley. We took the trek up to the Great North here, Apex up in Arvada. Little Wednesday night hockey action.
It's kind of a different year for me here, Mark, having games on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays.
Keeping you hopping.
Especially on a weeknight drive to Arvada at 72nd and Ward Road to this lovely ice arena that they forgot to put locker rooms in.
Yes, this is way past our bedtime by the time we get back down to Highlands Ranch area.
I'm telling you. 10:30 arrival time back down south is going to be a little hard for work in the morning, but
it's going to cut into my hairstyling time tomorrow morning before school.
You and I have the same. I got to at least use shampoo.
That's true.
I can't use body bar on my head yet, but
that's true. That's true. So we are right above the benches, which brings in the fourth dimension here. We actually have the smells and sights and sounds. That is Apex Arena.
Tonight, your Screaming Eagles face the Ralston Valley Mustangs. Ralston Valley being one of the Arvada high schools up here. I think it's a conglomerate team. They probably pull from 2 or 3 of the local high schools up here. Playing against all players from Valor Christian High School, playing as the Screaming Eagles through this CPHL season. And the puck was taken in after face-off to Carter Charles, and it gets turned over right at the blue line. Ralston Valley coming in. They do not keep it on sides. That guy tried to keep it on sides the best he can.
That was a fortunate play, Bradley, for the Screaming Eagles. They had basically a 3-on-1. We had somebody breaking back, but I'm not sure they were going to get all the way back. So a fortunate occurrence where that one forward just hopped over the blue line before the puck did.
Looks like we got Mario Rodriguez taking the face-off against Drew Jenkins. That was not Mario. I only saw the 8. That was Dylan Cinci. Valor looking to break it out of the zone. Carter Charles up to Andrew Jenkins. Comes off Andrew's stick. Picked back up by Elijah Fisher. He's going to take it in. He's got some space. He fires and goes wide of the net off the glass. Poked back in deep by Carter Charles. Picked up in the corner by Drew Jenkins. Drew sends it to the center, but it gets picked off by Ralston Valley. Kyle Stanovsky taking it up the boards, loses it. That was offsides. That's what I thought happened there. Mario Rodriguez picked that puck up and went blasting in offsides.
So Coach Gwozdecki with yet another lineup. We've seen a lot of variations this year so far. So trying out different combinations. CPHL is really the time to kind of try it before you buy it and see what you have for lineups.
Just looking for chemistry. Looking for the right guys on the ice at the right time. Nice pickoff by Galushko. Galushko centers it. Oh, beautiful shot by Maddox. Charles comes off the goalie, and Galushko backhands it in.
Not sure that's going to count. I think that net might have been off prior to that shot, Bradley, so I think that is not going to be a goal. Great effort, though.
Yeah.
A lot of traffic out front. Came back across, nice backhanded play, but that net was off.
Galushko to Charles, back to Galushko, but must have happened a little after the whistle. Puck wrapped around in the corner, and Jay Ladwig tries to stand the guy up, but they get it out. Banged back deep by Cole Campbell. Campbell picks it up back behind the goal line. Oh, beat to the puck by Ralston Valley. Ralston Valley still maintaining possession. Oh, puck knocked down by Campbell, picked back up by Ralston Valley. They send a shot across, and Trudeau will cover that puck to get the whistle and let everybody regroup, get a line change. Looks like both teams going for wholesale line changes.
Yep. Trudeau Coffee in the net again tonight, coming off of a shutout last weekend. So it was a great, he's playing really well, seeing the puck well, particularly through traffic. So it'll be fun to see him play again this evening.
Cole Tallis taking the face-off against Richard Mueller. Banged back deep into the Valley zone. A little scramble trying to get a hold of it. Get picked up by Landon Green. Comes out in the neutral zone. Ralston Valley takes it back down. And that puck is thrown in. There is no icing. He is at the red line. Ralston Valley gets it across to the slot. Brought up ice. A.J. Harris giving chase. Coltalis. Stopped by A.J. Harris. A.J. brings it out. Looks for Landon Green. Doesn't connect on the pass. Picked back up by Ralston Valley. Jack McKiddo sends it down. A.J. Harris has it. He takes it in. He gets a shot. Hits the shin guard of the player in front of him. Puck comes out to the point. Out in the neutral zone, and that should be an icing call.
And so it will be.
We will take the puck back down into the Ralston Valley zone.
Absolutely. So, Bradley, what do you think of this combination of lines? Obviously, when you start mixing together new players that have not played together before, there's definitely takes some time to get some chemistry.
And there is a lot of that on this team this year with the number of seniors who graduated last year. A couple returning players on each of the first two lines we saw this evening, and everyone else is new. So it's kind of nice to have this prep season to figure out some things.
Absolutely. In preparation for the Chassis season that starts in November.
Puck kept in there by Evan Jimenez. Evan Jimenez making his first game appearance on the Tier 1 team tonight. Played a great game Saturday night down in Colorado Springs with the Tier 2 team. Lucas Scott goes in, lifts the stick to keep the player from getting it, but they still get a piece of it towards the net. That puck's going to come out into the neutral zone. Scott gives chase. Ralston Valley players trying to hand it off to each other. Miscommunication. Ralston Valley brings it in. Player skates it deep, and that puck blocked by Eddie Chen. Puck goes into the corner. Chased in by Elijah Fisher. Comes back out, and thought it was going to go up in the netting, but it fell.
Didn't quite make it.
Elijah Fisher sends it up to his brother Gabe Fisher. The Fisher brothers on the ice right now. And a shot on Trudeau. Kept in tight for a face-off off to his left.
Play early here seems a little disjointed. I think both teams are just trying to settle in and get a feel for the other team and what they're going to be looking at this evening.
It's like a second regular season games for each of these teams. I think they both played in the same tournament over Labor Day weekend. Ralston Valley making it to the semifinals, if I remember right.
They did. I think they played in the semifinals against Wyoming, if I recall. Is that correct?
I don't remember now. They won their quarterfinal in a shootout. I do remember that much. That was an exciting game to watch. The puck comes out, gets past Cole Campbell at the point. He sends it back in deep. Valor gets back on side. Screaming Eagles go in on the attack. Drew Jenkins putting pressure. Puck comes out in the neutral zone. Cole Campbell trying to drive his man outside. Pass gets through. Shot. Trudeau turns it away into the right-hand corner. And Valor works it back out. Barely to the neutral zone. Sent back in deep by Ralston Valley. They give chase. Cole Campbell bounces it off the boards to Drew Jenkins. Drew overskates it and picked up by Maddox Charles. He sends it to the middle, and there's nobody there but Ralston players.
Boy, some sloppy passing here early on.
That was a big turnover there.
Yeah.
It was kind of a pass to nobody with two or three players in white sweaters standing there.
It is dangerous to throw a puck in the middle without taking a look first, and I think that's what happened. They were trying to chip the puck up, and they did not see that forward coming through.
Drew Jenkins wins that face-off back. They're trying to get control behind the net. Passed up to Maddox Charles. Maddox sends it out to the neutral zone. Roman Herschel gives chase. Off the glass by Jack Mikito. Maddox Charles brings it in, makes a couple good moves, tries to send it through to the slot, puts it on the stick of the Ralston Valley player. Labette sends it over to Mikito. Up to Ronan. Norman tries to tap it in, doesn't make the connection. Trudeau comes out and plays it over into the corner. Good play by Trudeau there to send it backwards instead of out front where somebody can pick it up. Hirschfield tries to get it up to Glishko and doesn't connect. Ralston Valley bangs it back deep behind the Valor net again. Puck comes up, nice pass that went around there. Get to Maddox Charles, he tries to take it through 2 players. It comes off his stick. Hirschfield gives chase. Kept in at the point by Eddie Chen, who fires. Oh, he had a lot of top corner that he just missed right there with that shot. What a beauty. Ralston Valley recovers. Ralston Valley brings it up. Trying to get it out. They get it out to the neutral zone. One man there. All he can do is send it deep where it's picked up by Elijah Fisher behind the net. Elijah passes it up to A.J. Harris. Harris looking for an outlet. Sends it across to Eddie Chen. Eddie Chen's got room. He's going to take it in with speed. Ducks a hit. Oh, he sends it hard and fast to the slot. Nobody there. Right idea. Send it there hoping that you got a guy there. Passed across to Eddie Chen to take another big shot. Blocker saved. That puck, Landon Green with a wide open net opportunity. Just can't get enough on it. Sends it right. Oh, another pass out front to Landon Green. Can't pull the trigger. And Ralston Valley comes up the ice. That worked out. The pass was behind the player, but it went off his skate and went into the zone. Puck comes out high. Shot from out by the blue line, and Trudeau Coffey
almost
tries to pinch it between his pads.
That puck was not flat on the ice, so it was rolling kind of funny. That's always a goalie's worst nightmare, seeing a puck that's not flat on the ice. It's hard to read where that's going to go.
I'm sure Trudeau had a heartbeat skip right there, worrying where that puck went once it was between his pads. So Drew Jenkins going to take the face off. Set back deep in the corner. Sends it around to Cole Campbell, who hands it off for Carter Charles. Carter Charles hits the referee. Campbell sends it over for Ladwig. Ladwig up the board to Brock Benson. Benson gets it up to Jenkins. Comes up with some speed and gets it into zone. Not deep, but they still have it in the zone. Brock able to get it back to Drew. Brock Benson sends it out high. Just gets under MJ's stick and comes down to the other end. Trudeau will play it around for Cole Campbell. Good chip there by Carter to get it up and out of the zone. Can't get a handle on it though, so Ralston Valley picks it up, knocked back out of the zone by MJ Ladwig. That was a good poke check by MJ. MJ picks it up behind the net, bangs it over for Cole Campbell. Campbell sends a stretch pass for
that's going to be
Carter
an
and misses for an icing.
Little discombobulated here early, Bradley. We see some sloppy passing. We see breakouts. Now, this Ralston Valley team has committed to a very aggressive forecheck. So all of a sudden your defensemen don't have the time that they normally are accustomed to. They have players coming down on them. So you have to make split decisions, and you got to put some heat on those passes. Otherwise, they're going to get picked up top of the zone.
And as we were talking earlier, a lot of new members of this team. So you have, players that are not yet adjusted to the speed of this game. And
that player came in a little high. Looks like Lucas Scott is still down over there. Hopefully he'll be okay. Looks like he's holding his face mask there, and I'm not sure if a stick didn't get up underneath there.
Gonna
hope that he's okay.
I just saw the hit.
Yeah.
And then him not get up.
One of the assistants on the ice now with Lucas, Coach Wiedemann.
Lucas pretty good about taking some punishment on the ice.
Generally pops right back up. So concern here.
Coach asking for some players to come over. I don't know if it's to assist him off the ice or.
Coach Gwozdecki coming over also to check on Lucas. Always good to be very cautious here in these situations, make sure there aren't any neck injuries. Looks as though he's sitting up, now he's back up. So
not exactly sure where that hit happened and hurt him, but
maybe it knocked the wind out of him a bit here. So he's back over to the bench.
It's good to see him get back up on their feet.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hopefully Lucas will be okay.
Coach Gwozdecki calling for the line changes to get a different line out there.
Always tough to see a teammate go down. It's really difficult to come out that next shift and keep your focus.
So Valor on the face-off shot from Ralston Valley on Trudeau.
It's kind of a soft shot there from the point. Trudeau handles that without problem.
Another line change. Coach Gwozdecki looking to find the magic that will get this puck down to the other end. Currently, Screaming Eagles being outshot 5-3 about halfway through this first period of play. Brock Benson gets it up to Galushko. Galushko takes it in, gets it taken off his stick. Big hit on the boards over there. Good to see Drew get up from that. Ralston Valley whips it around, and that will be kept in by Elijah Fisher over on the left side. Off Elijah's skate, he's able to turn and bang it back in deep. Puck still in, deep in the zone. I guess that was not high.
Not sure how that's not a high stick, but okay.
Oh no, that puck gets past, and we got two on 0 happening there real quick.
Luckily, Eddie got just a piece of that shot getting back.
Nice pass across to Brock Benson, takes a shot and hits the goaltender up high. Drew brings it around, tries to send it across to Cole Campbell, and picked off by the Ralston Valley player. So a little bit more of that passing, just a little too late. And opposing team getting a stick on it. There's a little turnover. Galushko tries to get a shot off, can't get all of it. Ralston Valley sends it in deep and looks for a line change. Cole Campbell looking for the outlet, sends it back around deep to MJ Ladwig. Ladwig sends it back to Campbell. Campbell comes cross ice for Brock Benson. Brock can't get it past the Ralston Valley player, so we're back in the Valor zone. Galushko hits a skate on his pass attempt for Ronan. Puck sends into the Ralston Valley zone. They go for the breakout pass and a little turnover there. MJ Ladwig sends it up for Maddox Charles. I think Maddox got his glove on that or something, so no ice there. Hirschfield gets it out to Campbell. Campbell sends it back in deep for Carter Charles. Carter with a nice little tuck behind his feet. Hirschfield tries to center it for Maddox Charles. It doesn't get through the traffic. Campbell up for Maddox Charles at the skate. Every time the puck comes off the skate, Mark, I see it bouncing back towards the Valor end.
Not to bounce our way.
This ice must be tilted to this end towards Trudeau there. Maddox Charles behind. Oh, big shot by Carter Charles. Good save by the goaltender. Back out to the slot. Maddox leaves it for Carter. It's up off the glass. Comes out high.
That should be an icing call.
That is an icing call.
Well, it's good to see a little sustained pressure down there where they spent some time actually in the Ralston Valley zone. We spent a lot of time in front of Trudeau Coffee tonight.
They leveled the ice momentarily.
They did.
Mark, I see Lucas Scott's mother come back into the stands as she left, I guess, to see if he needed to leave, and must all be good.
That's good news. That is good news. Hopefully we'll see Lucas back on the ice, and hopefully it was just an isolated
face-off down by the Ralston goalie, won by Ralston, and they win it out into the neutral zone. They come in, shot, saved by Trudeau. That was a great save by Trude. That if that puck would have come off the other side, they had a man wide open on the far side for a rebound attempt. Another shot saved. Oh, two shots saved there, and then nice clear to get it out of there. That was a little like knee-on-knee attempt there.
Looked like a leg whip to me.
On AJ, luckily there was no contact because that would have hurt. And Ralston Valley tries to send it in on net, just misses, so it'll be picked up by Elijah Fisher. Over for Jack McKiddo. Landon Smart move there. He saw he was about ready to hit a big body, and he ducked that one. Elijah Fisher's going to take that in. Oh, hits the referee over the linesman over there. Breaks that up. Galushko's going to bang it up off the boards. Nice poke check there by Brock Benson to keep him from getting in the zone. Trudeau has set it up behind the net, sends it out. Has to get back in position as it got out to the point. Nice glove down by Elijah Fisher.
Great play.
Gets the forward momentum pass while he's falling. Brock Benson with a great move. Gets a shot on the goaltender. That goaltender came out and really took that angle away on Brock.
Great effort by Benson.
Mario Rodriguez, and good angle by Eddie Chen to keep Rodriguez from getting in there.
I don't see any arms go up for the referees there, so good play by Eddie Chen.
And I think the player kind of fell down, and Eddie's momentum with him just made him fall down too.
He had a good head of steam coming in there, so Eddie did a fine job of kind of redirecting that.
So Ronan Hirschfield steps up. Take the face off here. Puck comes out to a Ralston Valley player, takes a shot wide of the net. Carter Charles goes in, ties up with a man on the boards, and Maddox Charles get that out. Ralston Valley there to regroup in the neutral zone, send it back in deep behind the net. Trudeau tries to take the speed off for Cole Campbell. Cole makes a good move to keep it away from that Ralston Valley player, but comes out to the defenseman. Picked up again by Cole Campbell. He's going to bounce it off the boards for Carter. Carter tries to get it off the boards and out. And it's not happening. Ralston Valley doing a really good job of keeping that puck in at the point. And great stretch pass up to Carter. Doesn't work out. It was a little hot. He didn't get good control of it. If he would have been gone. Guess that was a heavy stick lift that knocked the Ralston Valley player's stick out of his hand. And but Ralston Valley gets control of that puck out of that little scrum over there. MJ Ladwig getting in front of his man, trying to slow him down. Puck comes up and out of the zone into the neutral zone, and Ralston Valley sends it offsides, but they recover. Puck set up by Cole Campbell. He makes a good stretch around the boards for good pass. Carter Charles.
We just got him on the outsides. Well, it seems as though these referees.
I didn't hear that whistle with my headphones on here.
It seems as though these referees are keen to let these guys play tonight. We're not seeing a lot of the calls that we've seen in previous games.
Yeah, I could have seen a ref calling something on that, knocking that guy's stick out of his hand.
For sure,
right?
For sure.
It didn't go. So we got Gabe Fisher taking the face off between Lucas Scott and
good to see
Evan
Lucas
Jimenez.
Scott back on the ice here, first shift after that sort of scary situation where he was down. So glad he's back out.
Oh, that was a nice picked up by Gabe Fisher. Scott coming in with him, and Evan Jimenez trailing. Pass over for Scott. Sent out to the point to Labette. Labette has a huge shot.
He does. He didn't quite get all of that one, but it is sneaky. It is a heavy shot. Often goalies don't realize how heavy that shot's coming in.
I mean, for a youth hockey player that came from the point, the goaltender hit it up way high into the netting behind. So, and that wasn't even one of Quinton's best shots right there.
He did not really wind up on that. So,
couldn't tell. Oh, come on, who's there? Lucas Scott tries to backhand it back towards the slot. A couple of little opportunities right there by this line. Labette giving chase. Got a man on hard from Ralston Valley. Over to Jimenez. Jimenez loses off his stick. Turn over to, good defense there by McKiddo. Puck comes out to the point with a shot from the defenseman out there. Centering attempt comes off that guy's stick weird and turned back over. Puck comes in, kept out high by Lucas Scott, out of the zone. Scott's going to pick that up. Oh, gets a little far away from him when he was trying to feed it ahead for himself.
Good hustle from Lucas Scott there.
He doesn't seem intimidated to hit people after that. So that's good to see. McKiddo trying to bring it out. Scott drops back to cover his defensive position. There's another one of those. We've seen a few of those where people are trying to pass to themselves. They give it just a little too much, and it's too far out of their reach to pick it up and go. Saw that on that shift by Scott, and then it just happened again with McKiddo. Labette back there. These guys come in hard on him. If they try and stand there and think about what to do with that puck, they're getting pressure. Good puck movement in the zone by Ralston Valley. Picked up by Elijah Fisher. He's trying to get it up to A.J. Harris, who sends it over for Cole Tallis. Cole has room. He sends it up to Landon Green. Wonder why they're offsides on that.
There.
I thought that puck and Landon came across the line together, and then it hit Landon's skate, but I don't have as good an angle as that linesman did. So Cole Tallis gets that. He's coming in. He's got Landon Green to help. Cole gets tied up
got
over
the
there.
Stick up there into his grill again. I am not sure why that is not a call.
That looked kind of like about what happened to Lucas Scott, wasn't it there, Mark?
It did, and I don't know if the referees just didn't see the angle on that or what happened.
Is it the same player that likes to play like that?
No,
or?
I do not
He's
recall which player
We'll have good game tape material to look at later,
sure.
Mark. When we get home down south at 10:30 tonight, we can watch
we'll do
this game.
a tape review session.
What's for all the things we're missing tonight? But we got Drew Jenkins taking the face-off here between Brock Benson and Daniel Galushko. Puck comes out. MJ Ladwood trying to get a piece of it to bang it back into the Ralston zone. It's tied up on the boards over there by Brock Benson. It does go into the Ralston zone. I can't tell if it's in or out from our angle here, Mark.
It is tough to tell.
They don't think about the spectators and the camera crew and the broadcast announcers when they build these rinks, do they?
Our locker rooms, apparently.
Yeah, we know that about this
Very
rink.
small locker rooms here.
Particularly
for high school boys. So into the first period, wow, Bradley, it was sort of a discombobulated whole first period from a Screaming Eagles perspective. They had a couple of quality scoring chances, but we're not seeing the crisp passing that we generally anticipate from the Screaming Eagle team. I admire the effort that Ralston Valley's putting through, but I'm not necessarily seeing them with crisp passing plays either. So I don't know if they're settling in or what the situation is here tonight.
Yeah, and it's, the stats up on the scoreboard kind of reflected. It's a 0-0 game, 9 shots for Ralston Valley, 8 for the Screaming Eagles. So, the Mustangs and the Eagles are pretty evenly matched, and I think that they're, both having the same breakdowns, if you will. And, hopefully we're just seeing early season hockey by both these teams.
Absolutely.
You go into those tournaments, it's 4 rapid fire games, semi-final, it's over, right? And depending on where you placed, how you play 4 games, and some teams play 6, as the Screaming Eagles and the Raiders did. Ralston got in 5, and then I think they've each had maybe 1 game since, right? So there's not been a lot of hockey played this year so far. There's still a lot to play.
Sure. And as you're experimenting with lines, it's going to take a little while to build that chemistry. It's not as simple as, a period to get used to a line mate. You have to spend a couple of games, in my opinion, to really get a feel for where players are on the ice.
These young guys just don't have what we have when we show up for beer league and we just go on the ice and make it all happen from the first puck drop, and it stays that way.
You're all welcome to come watch our beer league team play if you want. It's about this hockey at 2% speed. So
there's a lot more effort and work and great coaching by the staff with the Screaming Eagles to make this all happen in the right ways. And wow, there's some good pressure on Trudeau Coffee there by Ralston Valley. They got into the zone right off of that face-off, and I think they got about 2 shots anyway that got counted for that.
Now we have a hand pass. Boy, that was a couple of wicked caroms. Trudeau Coffee did a good job to just get a piece of that last shot.
They gave him credit for 2. I thought I saw 3 shots there, but I'm not the official shot counter. And then that puck is coming outside the zone because there was a hand pass by Ralston Valley. Looks like I think
that water bottle popped out of the back of the net over there behind Trudeau Coffee. So
they must not like the holder.
Yeah.
First I thought they went over there to do a little, sometimes they try and freeze the net down if it's moving a lot, but looks like there must be a problem with this bottle being on the net or something. Maybe that's not allowed at this level. So Drew Jenkins taking the face-off between Galushko and Brock Benson. Screaming Eagle setting up, comes out, turned back the other way by the Mustangs. Elijah Fisher trying to get it up and out. It does come out. Drew Jenkins, he's got a little space. Oh, he comes off his stick. He's not able to move it from his backhand to his forehand like he wanted to get that shot off. Picked back up by Galushko. Galushko dancing around. He's trying to feed it out front for Jenkins. Can't get it there. Good shot from the point by Eddie Chen. Hits a Ralston Valley player in the shin guard, and that's just how fast it can turn back the other way when you get those deflections like that. Screaming Eagles trying to get it out. A lot of bouncing around. Pucks are bouncing. Guess that's what happens when you have hard rubber on hard ice. Huh?
Bradley, I have to wonder if the ice surface is a little soft tonight due to the recent warmth we've had. I see a lot of players losing their edges as well.
Brock Benson coming in with a lot of speed, and on his attempted pass to himself, it goes on net to the goalie, who covers it and brings a whistle for a face-off to the goaltender's left. Both teams take the opportunity of the whistle to do wholesale line changes. They had a lot of play time on that particular shift. Ralston Valley wins the face-off, brings it back behind the net, going for the breakout. They reset. And Green giving pressure, comes out. They make the connection in the neutral zone, sent in deep. Quentin LeBet goes in. If I saw him coming at me, I'd stop too, like that.
He is most definitely a deterrent back there.
That young man just kind of stopped when he saw Quentin coming. Landon Green goes in, finishes his check.
Physical play there.
Picked up by Cole Tallis. Tallis brings it into the corner, does a good stop move, tries to backhand center it over to A.J. Harris, doesn't connect. Cole Tallis just making a centering attempt for whoever might be there, but nobody home. Picked up by LeBet. LeBet takes it in the corner, hands it off to A.J. Harris. Got cut behind the net by Ralston Valley. Looks like some coaching might have been more physical play there. We've seen some good hits by the Screaming Eagles. Puck comes off of Cole Tallis and turns over. Ralston Valley comes in. Trudeau reads that play well. Comes across.
Well done. We are going to get a penalty here. It looks like on Quentin LeBet for hooking. Yeah. That was the right play. You had players breaking in on Trudeau Coffey. Came out, made a beautiful play. LeBet had to make a choice there to get a piece of that player and try to at least slow down that shot of momentum.
And there's a little bit of that in this early season too, when the players don't know, like, do they need to help their goaltender out, or does he got this breakaway like that? Trudeau was squared up well with the shooter.
Hopefully the goalie's yelling at his defenseman and those players to let him know what's going on, whether or not he's got shot or pass.
You'll see that on those breakaways where a defenseman will hook somebody down, trip them, something like that, to try and break up that breakaway. And I think that's what went through Quentin's head. I got to stop this any way I can. So Mustangs on their first power play of the night. Screaming Eagles on the penalty kill. They made the clear on the first time, and we got a good clear on that one too.
Campbell looking good from back on the penalty kill there.
30 seconds into this penalty kill, and we've managed to clear both times they brought it in, and Ralston Valley resets and comes back towards the Valley zone. Puck drop back for the man at the point, and great chip out there by
Maddox.
Is that Maddox?
That is Maddox Charles, yeah, 23.
Got a few of these boys wearing bubbles this year, and it's a little hard to get used to that. Cole Campbell chips it up for Maddox Charles, who clears it back out of the zone. So we got about 1 minute left on this penalty kill. So far, so good at keeping it out of the zone and clearing it out of the zone when they get in. Ralston Valley brings it in, drops it back to the point. Shot from the point. Trudeau turns it away with his pad. Comes over towards the other point. Defenseman picks it up. Shot goes in, and it hits Cole Campbell in the shin guard over deep into the corner. Cole goes in, battling against two guys. They try and center it out high. It does stay in. Shot from the point. Ooh, that hit it. Something deflected. That was a scary shot. And comes out high to the blue line. Picked off by Maddox Charles. This guy's got hands. He's got speed. He's got a shot. And he goes just a little wide of the net.
Fresh personnel gave them an opportunity to get some fresh legs out there.
15 seconds remaining in the penalty kill here. And that's banged back in deep there by Eddie Chen. So that kind of negated any chance for one more rush by the Mustangs. Great work over there by Danny Belushko. Tied up more time. Now this is the dangerous part right at the end of the penalty kill.
So Screaming Eagles back on regular strength here.
Nice kick out by Elijah Fisher there. Comes out to Drew Jenkins. Drew takes a shot.
Good hard
glove save by Mustang goalie on that one.
Good save by the goalie there. Partially screened, and that is a fast shot from Drew Jenkins breaking in there. So that was a good play by the Ralston goalie. Well, it's nice to have that first kill underneath our belts. Power play for Ralston, I don't know, was necessarily impressive there. There was a lot of disorganization and not many great passing plays on Ralston Valley's side there. So Screaming Eagles fortunate.
Oh, shot from out high hits Danny Galushko up high. He kind of winced and stood there for a second. That must have been a stinger. I think that shot came from Elijah Fisher on this left point over here. Ralston Valley tries to take it in, but it's picked back up by Brock Benson, who gets it up to Drew Jenkins. Poked away by Ralston Valley, but picked up by Brock Benson. Brock works it down in deep to Drew. Drew back to Brock. Brock tries to send it out high for Eddie Chen. Doesn't quite get it there. Banged back in by MJ Ladwig. Ralston Valley gets a hold of it, brings it towards the Screaming Eagles. Oh, great play. Centering attempt is cut off by Trudeau with the big blade of his stick, and that will be icing. Good
That's
read
a smart
by
icing right there.
Good
you
read.
Have all kinds of traffic in front most goalies would prefer. That was right off that left-hand post. Just wide.
Face-off taken there by Ronan Hirschfield. Cleared up out of the zone by Carter Charles. Carter brings it down, passes it off to Maddox Charles. Carter still playing against the boards by himself over there, and the puck squirts out in the neutral zone. Nice look across for Ronan. Ronan tries to pass it.
McKiddo, nice moves. Oh, got a shot off there.
The goaltender's laying outside. They can't get it through to somebody to take a shot at the empty net. Good pressure by Ralston Valley to prevent any additional scoring opportunities by the Screaming Eagles there. Nice check by Ronan Hirschfeld, comes in. Maddox Charles takes a hit up high. 61's pretty big kid. Maddox Charles sends it for the slot. Can't connect with Carter Charles. And that's a shot from way outside to Trudeau. He covers it and hands it off for Quentin Lebec. Quentin pitches it up out of the zone. Comes off nice scaly, picked up by Carter Charles. Centering attempt by Carter trying to hit Landon Green, breaking through the slot there. MJ Ladwood trying to keep the guy from getting inside. Gets him off the puck, picked up by Cole Campbell. Cole's got some room. He finds Carter Charles coming up the left wing. Carter tries to slide it to the middle. Good defensive slide there. Centering attempt to Cole Campbell with a one-timer, swing and a miss. It's out front. It's out front. Nobody. Cole Campbell does finally get a stick on it. Everybody had their sticks tied up. Couldn't get a blade down there. Got 3-on-3 going in the pile-up down there, and it comes out for A.J. Harris. A.J. tries to slide it to the slot. Doesn't get through. Picked up by Ralston Valley. They bring it out high. Picked up by Cole Campbell. Cole Campbell over to M.J. Ladwig. Ladwig sends it way up across to A.J., and they're saying no ice.
Wow.
A.J. is going to turn and shoot. No, he's going to come and turn and shoot, and he shoots high.
Missed. And that is off. And that's a great opportunity.
Tallis takes a shot from in close there. The ref blows the whistle that the puck was off. Net was off the pins there.
Flurry of action there. It was good pressure from the Screaming Eagles. All of a sudden, we are starting to really take it to this Ralston Valley team. Whatever George Gwozdecki talked to them about between the first and second period seems to have changed.
One of the things I'm seeing is they're being a little more physical.
Absolutely.
A little more aggressive on the puck. Ralston Valley wins that face-off back. They're coming out. They go for a stretch pass. It's going to be an icing.
Yeah.
So we'll bring it back down, reset it up basically the way it was, just on the other side.
I am also noticing that the lines that we had in the first period, there were some adjustments to those line pairings. So you're seeing some lines that have been used over the weekend and over the last game. So it could be a little more familiar for these players from a chemistry perspective.
Yeah, I saw at the start Carter Charles playing. Lucas Scott tries to send it to the slot, and it takes a weird bounce, causing the goalie to have to make a save. So they'll have a face-off again. Since the There's not a lot of skating happened so far. Gwozdecki keeps the same line out there. They're just dropping off and battling and going back to the face-off dot so far. Scott goes, gets cut off, sends it back for Jimenez, but it turns over to Ralston Valley. They try to send it up, and it's kept in momentarily. Comes back out. Scott turns it the other way, goes in, applied pressure, comes back out to the neutral zone, picked up by Eddie Chen.
Good play by
sends
Eddie
it in
Chen.
deep. So forwards can go to work now. And the wrap around attempt here. It's kept in by Elijah Fisher. Oh, and it comes squirting out. Eddie Chen back to pick that up. He'll take it around behind the net. He's got room. He drops it for Lucas Scott. Scott takes it across the crease. That was a little dangerous. And shot on Trudeau, makes a good save. Gabe Fisher backhands it up, trying to get it out of the zone. Hopefully there's not enough on that to be an icing.
Great pursuit there.
Good job by Evan Jimenez. Put pressure there. They had two forwards from Screaming Eagles pressuring in there, and Ralston Valley still able to squirt it out. Now it's time for a line change. They finally had to go to work on that one. And face off in the Screaming Eagles zone. Shots 16-13 with 7:40 left in the second period. So there's still not a huge disparity in shots. Ralston Valley getting a few more in. Brock Benson ties it to the wall, hoping to get help over there. Help comes. Brock sends it out. Defenseman keeps it in at the point. They take a passing attempt that's picked off by the Screaming Eagles, and here comes Drew Jenkins working it through the feet of a Mustang player. That pass attempt comes across, almost a backhand attempt there by Brock Benson. Just couldn't get enough on it. Nice step in by MJ Ladwig over there to keep that puck in. He came in hot, poked that deep. Jenkins, Campbell, Benson all battling over here in this corner. That Benson looked like he kind of ran into a wall right there. Puck comes through on the passing attempt. And Brock took a little stinger. He's wincing a bit. A little shove down to Cole Campbell there, but he able to battle and get it in deep. Picked up behind the net by Ralston Valley. Ralston Valley sends it around where MJ Ladwig's able to keep it in. Can't get a shot, so he just sends it in deep. Cole Campbell steps in.
Well done.
Is able to get that, sends it over. Ladwig dropping back. You're ready for the breakout by Ralston Valley. So the pass from Campbell had nobody to connect to over there. Oh,
loose puck.
That was.
I think the net got knocked off there.
Net came off.
Fortunate
again.
Situation for the Screaming Eagles there.
I think
puck was live and in play right out front.
I think Trudeau was recovering and it would have worked out, but no harm, no foul from a whistle from the ref.
Absolutely. Well, as you see these goalies get bigger in a high school, when they push off those posts, if you don't have a good post set on the ice there, it's going to bump off more often than not.
Well, and those little pointy things on the bottoms of those pins just don't get a whole lot of grip on those situations. And seems like there should be something between NHL quality pins and the pins that they use in recreational hockey. Hirschfield looking, sends it to the middle. This puck slowed down well by an Ralston Valley player there. That was a lot of help for us. Comes back around by Carter Charles, takes a shot and it goes up and out of play. So we will have a face-off to the left of Hickam.
Still no score here in the second, which is somewhat surprising. Both of these teams generally put a lot of pucks in the net. So interesting to see that we're still at 0-0.
So I think that was Saturday. The Mustangs put up 9.
They did against a really good Regis team.
Screaming Eagles put up 4. I know it's they had 4 and 5 goal games in the tournament, and the shot there by Carter Charles is stopped and held on to by Hickam. We're at 16-14 shots now, so they that's interesting. None of those shots, when there was that flurry down there, when the net just came off, they must not have seen that any of those got through because the shot counter has not moved.
Sure.
Puck kept in. Nope. thought they had that. Ralston Valley's got a 2-on-1 coming together. Oh, and the pass was too far out in front. That was fortunate for us. Wow. That puck like took a weird hop on Trudeau, went up and straight down, and luckily he was able to find it and cover it.
Ralston with a couple of good chances. We were fortunate on some bounces there out in front of Trudeau Coffee.
So they put that goal upside. Maybe none of those got through, Mark. We were just seeing from here that there was a lot of heat on Trudeau, and maybe none of them were really getting through. It was bouncing off of other players or something. Looks like Coltal is taking the draw, gets it back for Eddie Chen to pick up, send around for Landon Green. Controlled by Ralston Valley. There's a shot, 2 shots on Trudeau, I would believe.
Yep.
They only saw one of those. Counter went up by 1. That was definitely 2. Landon Green looked a little hooked up there to me, but I'm not sure what a hooking call is. Eddie Chen gets it up and he sends it out. That'll be an icing.
It will be an icing, but
might be good enough for letting them get settled back down, either change lines, whatever coach decides to do. There was a little scrambling going on there, not a lot of action. But
Bradley, does it seem to you like just both of these teams seem a little tired tonight? I just don't see the hop that we generally expect from the Screaming Eagles.
Maybe these school night games are tough.
I think it's tough after a long day of school, halfway through a school week.
Yeah, it is Wednesday. It's gone through 3 days of school. That was a great glove save by Trudeau. That was a very fine shot. Nice rising shot. Trudeau snagged it out of the air.
Looks like Ronan Hirschfield down on the ice there. Seems to be a fair amount of extracurricular high stick play from our friends at Ralston Valley. I've noticed a couple of plays. Ronan skates by the referee and shares his displeasure about that.
There must have been something that happened where I didn't see it, but Ronan felt it, obviously. Nice pass up to Galushko. Galushko sends it over for Brock Benson. Brock comes over the head of steam. We've got traffic. Oh yes!
Good goal off the far post. Daniel Galushko.
Pass from Brock Benson to Galushko, a right-handed winger, sends it across for a left-handed winger who just taps it up and into the back of the net. That's how it's supposed to work.
Great play.
And we finally have a point on the scoreboard with 4:17 left in the second period. Shots 19-14.
That was a nifty little play. Winger comes down, far side, gets almost too deep to make a shot, makes a beautiful short pass over to Galushko, and Galushko delivers.
Fowler wins the faceoff. Comes in by A.J. Harris, who drops it for Landon Green. Landon tries to make a pass through, gets intercepted. Ralston Valley trying to get it out. Maybe here in the background they have a PA announcer here who's calling the goal by Galushko from Brock Benson at 4:17. Campbell across for Ladwig. Ladwig looking for the stretch pass, gets it up to Tallis. Tallis has to dance around somebody to keep from getting tagged. Shoots it wide. Campbell's going to skate in and bang it deep into the back end there for A.J. Harris. A.J. gives a nice little bump to the attacker. And Ralston Valley skates away with the puck. M.J. Ladwig stops the puck, sends it back the other way, hits a Ralston Valley player that gets the puck coming the Valor way. Good pressure there. Forces the turnover.
Ooh, I don't know how that's not a hook. They did catch that hook.
The hand is up in the air.
Yes. And so we're going to see the first power play now for Valor. Momentum definitely swinging towards the Screaming Eagles. We had that goal, and now they have a power play opportunity.
It'd be nice to see the Screaming Eagles get a power play goal here. It would probably amp the team up. You know, they had a number of penalties on Saturday night, so they probably spent more time on the penalty kill than on the power play. And getting a power play goal here would fire them up for going into the intermission.
Absolutely.
Come out for a good third period. Kept in by
good play
Carter
by Charles.
And he goes for kind of a shovel lift on that, try and go over the goaltender. It's a little wide. It was a good idea. So Charles sends it out to Jenkins, who dishes it back deep for Galushko. Galushko looking for help. He gets it over to Jenkins. Jenkins out high for Hirschfeld. Almost had some good. Hirschfeld able to glove that down to himself. Down deep into Galushko. Galushko gets it to Maddox Charles, who takes a point-blank shot right into the belly of the goaltender.
Bradley, you know, great power plays are built on being patient. You can't force shots. You're looking for lanes. More often than not, you're trying to find an open lane in which you give yourself the best advantage. So a lot of crossing plays where you're trying to get the puck, move the goalie from side to side, and that opens up portions of the net.
Well, I noticed they had Ronan out high here, they had a lot of room to send more passes and work that around, spread the ice open a little bit longer. Nice idea. Jenkins not able to get that pass from Galushko that came in, but Galushko comes in and picks it up. Goes behind the net, looking to set up. They've got room. Oh, he tries to go high to Hirschfeld as he was splitting in. Charles able to pick that up, sends it over for Galushko. Thought he was going to shoot out high to Hirschfeld. Ronan sends it across for Drew. Drew into the center for Maddox Charles, who wasn't quite where he thought he was going to be, and they get a shot on net on Trudeau there, who stops it. Keeps it in play, picked up by Hirschfeld. Hirschfeld makes a big stretch pass up to Maddox. That didn't work, but Ronan in on his own. He's going to have to take it deep and look for a setup. He was looking for that shot on the breakaway that didn't come to fruition. Out to Jenkins. Jenkins across for Charles. Charles back to Jenkins. Jenkins going to skate across, send it back in deep to Charles. Charles takes the shot on a low angle.
Got about 13 seconds left on this power play.
Charles comes around, takes a shot.
Just high.
Just high. That was a good shot. Just over the crossbar. Good battle down there by Benson. The puck squirts out. Trudeau banging on there to let him know that the man's coming out of the box. So the Mustangs at full strength. Hirschfeld dancing with the puck back there. Gets it up to Charles. Charles and Coltalis going in. Back to Brock Benson. Maddox Charles still out there from the power play, 2 minutes. They're looking to try and get some changes here. He finally makes it off the ice. Maddox has 2 minute and 20-second shift there, but getting stuck out there at the end of that power play because he was on that right side.
Good hustle by
Coltalis steps in to keep that going. Eddie Chen trying to decide whether I back up and play D or do I step up on that puck. He made the right decision. It was picked up by Tallis coming through the middle there. Tallis steps in again, gets the puck, sends it out to the neutral zone. Puck sent deep into the corner. We got 15 seconds left in the period. Coltalis tries to backhand it up the boards. Boston Valley keeps it in deep. Chen tries to get it up the green. Misses on that connection, but it doesn't go to length of the ice, and that'll bring us to the end of the period. The score is Screaming Eagles 1, Mustangs 0, and the shots are 19 for the Mustangs and 18 for the Screaming Eagles. So close game statistically. Kind of the way the play looks, they're kind of both having some similar struggles. I would have to say first period was a wash. Second period was probably advantage Screaming Eagles.
I would agree with that, Bradley. They definitely tilted the ice back towards the Ralston Valley Mustangs. More pressure, a little more organization, I thought, from a passing perspective. So that was a great opportunity, I think.
As we said, the ice was looking like it was literally tilted to the Ralston.
Absolutely.
For the Ralston
It seemed like
team.
every bounce was jumping their way. In the second period, I definitely saw a different intensity, I think, from the Screaming Eagles, which I really appreciated. Whatever Coach Gwozdecki said to them between the first and the second, clearly made some changes in their minds. So excited to see what this third period brings. We're going to give you guys about a 10-minute break here. They're going to remake the ice, and Bradley and I are going to go back into makeup and hair to make sure we look our best for the third
Gotta look
period.
good for this job.
Absolutely.
And, some of us need more help than others.
Absolutely. Yeah, two guys with a face for radio getting some camera time here. We appreciate that from Michael Shaw from Shaw Productions. So
Shaw Hockey Productions bringing you this amazing live stream at every Screaming Eagles game. That will continue on into the next season when the Valor Christian Eagles will be streamed for every game by Shaw Hockey Productions. There's about one or two exceptions. We still have some barns in the Denver metro area that do not know what high-speed internet is. And without the world of high-speed internet, the wonderful world of Shaw Hockey Productions cannot produce a show. So if you know anyone at the Big Bear Ice Arena, have them upgrade their internet. All right,
we'll see
here
you guys
comes the
soon.
Zamboni. So we are probably now at about a 12-minute break. Sometimes they double Zam, help shorten that, but we'll see you shortly.
trouble. How are you?
Welcome back, Screaming Eagles fans. Welcome to the Shaw Hockey Productions stream of the Screaming Eagles versus the Mustangs hockey tilt this evening.
Big thanks and shout out to Hank Jenkins. I was scheduled to be the penalty box guy, where I feel quite comfortable, actually. A lot of penalty boxes, when I was in high school, I would just put up my posters and things from my room because I spent so much time in there. So, but anyways, Hank was gracious enough to pick that up, so you can get my linguistic stylings for color commentary tonight with Bradley Scott. So appreciate Hank taking care of that for me.
Talking with Michael Shaw of Shaw Hockey Productions, and Michael is a musician and long history in the music industry and now this video industry, and he was noting that the stereo system in this building is not a stereo system, it is a mono system. So this wonderful Baba O'Reilly is missing half of the music to it. That's a good trivia question to pull on people at a party when you hear this song being played. Ask them what the name is, and 99% of people will say it is Teenage Wasteland.
Yes.
Which is 100% incorrect.
Bradley, this was your first 8-track tape, if I recall.
I actually had it on those hard discs that you had to crank the phonograph.
Nice.
With that big shell-shaped speaker system on it. And I'm pretty ancient, Mark. That was an upgrade when I did get an 8-track player. And then that wonderful world of cassette came out that you could at least repair your damaged eaten tapes.
Absolutely, where a pencil was now absolute important equipment to fix your
the number two pencil was the only tool you really ever needed to have when you were a teenager in the 70s.
Absolutely. The highest form of flattery was when somebody made you a mixtape. Yep, Mrs. Ladwig actually made me some great mixtapes that I still have. I just have no place to play them now.
That was true love in the day.
Yes.
When someone gave their significant other a mix tape. All right, so the players are taking the ice. I think they were giving them a little time to let the ice set up. We got through it quickly. They had a double Zam routine going on here. 2 Zambonis making the ice. It gets it done faster. But one thing I do like about this facility, they always lay down a lot of water. They have good ice. It just takes a few extra minutes for it to set up so that the pucks aren't sticking in those puddles. So I feel like we had a little bit of a delay. The refs came out, set the nets. The players were all on the benches. And then the officials just kind of stood over there for a while. So I think they were trying to get a setup. Or, Mark, I'm not the most knowledgeable guy about all the rules and regulations of this Colorado Prep Hockey League. Maybe there is a minimum time break they need to give them, and that's what they were waiting on. You know, you see that in the NHL, the NCAA. Yeah. Doesn't matter how fast the Zamboni gets done, there's a timed break.
Yeah,
maybe that's happening behind the scenes, and we just don't know it. Like maybe
it seems like they were waiting for the ice to set. They did lay a lot of water on top, which ultimately is good if you let it set properly.
It's when you try and play in that, and the pucks don't go anywhere, and kids fall down, and
absolutely, that's
the
my
plays
excuse.
Get broken up due to sloppy water.
Yeah, it's always been my excuse in beer league on why my shot never makes it to the net. It's puddles.
Yep. 15 minutes into the period, still a puddle problem. So here we go, getting ready for the face-off. Drew Jenkins centering between Brock Benson and Daniel Galushko, and he wins it back for MJ Ladwig to pick up and look for a way to set this up. Gets pressure by Ralston Valley quickly. They were probably coached. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Picked up by Jenkins and sent around for Benson. They get it back over to Drew Jenkins, who speeds it over for Cole Campbell, who's breaking in on the wing. Cole gets a shot stop, but Fowler maintains control. Nice stick work over there by Drew Jenkins. Comes out. Campbell keeps it at the point. High up off the glass. Gloved down by a Ralston Valley player, but ends up on Galushko's stick. Galushko tries to get it through the Benson in the middle there and doesn't quite connect, so it comes out, and MJ Ladwig to throw it in deep behind the net. Wingers go to work. Benson there. Puck comes out. Controlled by Ralston Valley. They make a great stretch across the ice. They're coming in 1-on-2, broken up by Cole Campbell. They lose. Ooh, ends up back on Campbell's stick. I was worried with those 2 Mustang players standing right there that it could end up on the wrong stick. Good hustle by the Mustang player there to keep that puck in.
Drew Jenkins
comes
here.
Up to Drew Jenkins. He's got a 1-on-1 and on his feet around again. Feeds it too far out in front of himself. Now they have slick ice. They get used to playing on the chewed up ice and how they can move the puck, and then that doesn't work when you have new ice. Puck banged in deep by Elijah Fisher, picked up behind the net by Carter Charles. Carter looking for an outlet over to gets picked off. He's trying to hit Maddox coming through the slot. Ralston Valley takes it the other way, and that was way offside.
Yeah.
That left winger centerman came in probably 3-4 feet.
He's got long legs, but not that long.
There was no fixing that one.
Almost doing the splits to try to get back on side, but didn't make it happen.
So we'll come outside the Valor zone for that face-off. And Ronan Hirschfeld will take the face-off between the Charles brothers. We got Eddie Chen and Elijah Fisher on defense. Chen drops it around for Fisher, who sends it out. Doesn't get past the Ralston player. Smart play by the Ralston player to not touch that puck and be offsides. Pass across, comes to the neutral zone. Picked back up by Ralston Valley. Takes it in and shoots from out high, and that goes off the net.
Deflected up high into the net, yeah.
And that will stay in the zone as our defender had his stick in front of him, so went out off of a Screaming Eagle stick. We'll face off to the left of Trudeau Coffee. Same line still out there. Hirschfeld bangs it forward. Ralston Valley sets up, takes a shot, and Trudeau turns it away with the blocker. Puck comes over here, big hit on Screaming Eagle player who's still down, but he gets up. That was Carter Charles, took a big hit. I think these Mustang players are fairly big kids. They've stunned a few of our players in this tilt so far tonight.
They have. They pull a lot from the Arvada hockey program, always known for being a physical program, kind of a no-nonsense, hard-nosed work ethic club. Yes. And so you're going to anticipate a lot of contact against Arvada teams, and you see the same thing with Ralston Valley.
I know you and I saw that all our years coaching youth hockey with the Littleton Hawks. You came into Arvada, they were always way more physical than our boys.
Absolutely.
And even when you warned them that you were coming into a barn where the team played physically, they didn't come prepared for that every time. So I'm not sure what's going on.
Are we going to get a too many men penalty here?
What's for the call? Did he already give the box the call over there? Looks like it.
Sorry, folks, if we missed something here.
Not sure what was going on. I thought maybe it could have been a delayed call on that hit over there on the boards.
Yeah.
We'll see what the call was on that. 14:45.
So power play here for the Screaming Eagles.
In the third period here. Power play. Screaming Eagles on their second power play for the night. See if they can do one better than they did last time. And that was DG. What does DG mean in the world of penalties? I'm not sure that, too many men would be a bench minor. They usually show that with a BM. And that was a good shot from the left side over there. And Hickam just hangs on to that.
Going to get a fresh power play unit out here now for the Screaming Eagles.
So 1 minute and 16 seconds. If you remember that last power play, Mark, the first unit out stayed out for basically the entire power play.
They did. It's nice to get a change here in the middle, give some fresh legs the opportunity to make something happen.
Gasses players when they play that long. A.J. Harris keeps it in out here high at the point, but recovered by Ralston Valley. They're coming in short-handed with a good opportunity, but the sun's a little wide. So here comes Screaming Eagles the other way. They've got 3-on-2 capability here. A.J. Harris bringing it in, wraps around behind the net. He's going to send it out to the point for MJ Ladwig. Ladwig sends it back in deep for Brock Benson. Benson wheels around, tosses it back out for Ladwig. Ladwig's got room to take a shot, but he slides it over for A.J. Harris on the right point. Harris is skating in, takes the shot, goes for the corner that was open, but just high and wide. Ladwig bangs it in deep for Brock Benson again. Goaltender getting frustrated with Cole Tallis' tenacious play in front of the net. That puck picked up by Ralston Valley. They send it and go for a change.
20 seconds left here on the power play.
Time for one more rush. Puck sent up from MJ Ladwig to A.J. Harris. Their clearing attempt hits Harris in the foot. It stays in deep. Harris gives good pressure, finishes his check on the player. Knocked down by Tallis, who gets a shot off, saved by the Mustang goaltender. Screaming Eagles, pressure, and the goaltender covers.
Good shot, little action out front, guys pushing and shoving a bit. Cole Tallis definitely very aggressive, going to play until the whistle.
Doing a great job standing the ground down there.
Absolutely.
Causing traffic, frustrating the goaltender.
Trying to pick up a little rebound there on that shot from MJ Ladwig from the point. So back to full strength.
Little line change going on here too. Landon Green out with Gabe Fisher and Kevin Jimenez. Could be Scott a little more shaken than he was, or Ralston Valley comes out, but that puck kept in by Gabe Fisher. Landon Green goes in, comes out to Quentin Labette. Labette digging for it. It squirts out in the neutral zone. Picked up by Gabe Fisher. Gabe Fisher tries to backhand for Landon Green. Those no-look backhand passes can get you in trouble. And Ralston goes in offsides. You saw that right here. The little no-look tries to backhand and picked off by the Mustang player. Cole Tallis goes out to take this drop. Tallis ties up his centerman. Good play by him on that face-off. Shot from wide, and the player breaks his stick. There's a few $100, as you well know. And there's a. I thought that was the textbook trip right there, but maybe I didn't see some that the ref was standing right there, so he might have seen how it went down better than I did. Nice work by Cole Tallis to keep it in deep to MJ Ladwig. Ladwig sends it up the wall. Actually, that was McKiddo. The 6s and 8s look too much alike.
They do.
Ralston Valley coming in with speed. Ladwig wearing the number 8 sweater, McKiddo's wearing the number 6, and those two look a lot alike when you can't see the full number on the back. Drew Jenkins taken to the wall with a good rub off by the player. It's still going. Drew, a big, strong kid. He can get through that kind of traffic. Kept in by Brock Benson, who takes a hit. Screaming Eagle still working hard, trying to keep control of the zone. Ladwig with a huge shot, hits the goaltender right on the left pad. Comes out, picked back up by Jenkins. Oh, he slides it across for Benson, doesn't connect. Shot from the point by Campbell, doesn't get through. Seeing some good work here, just nothing coming to fruition.
Should be an icing call.
And that got up and over the attempted glove by Galushko on the point over there.
Good pressure there, Bradley. I like seeing the forwards are just making themselves, their presence out front be known in front of that goalie. Good things happen in that situation. You're either going to get screen opportunities or you're going to pick up some of those rebounds that inevitably happen.
And they were getting their rebounds off of there when the puck got poked away, getting it back, so that was good to see. Carter Charles rubs his guy off for Maddox. Charles to pick it up. Maddox looking for somebody out front, can't find it, so he dishes it back for the point. Fisher keeps it in, gives it to Maddox, goes. Backhand attempt by Charles, doesn't get through. Comes out high to Fisher, oh, and that's tipped up high behind the net. Comes around, kept in, no, it did get past Chin. Charles picks it up, tries to give it back. Ralston Valley picks that up. Big shot.
Good save.
And a great save by Trudeau Coffey. That was a great one-time attempt by number 21 of the Mustangs.
Little bouncing puck there. So True had to play the guessing game. It caught him in the upper right shoulder. Bradley, most goalies in this league don't have holes in their chest, so it's always a low percentage shot.
Spot you don't want to hit him. Right?
That's
puck
true.
goes towards the net. Trudeau turns it away with paddle of a stick. Nice little bounce there over to MJ Ladwig. Campbell gets it up to Cole Tallis. Like AJ Harris lost an edge over there along the wall. Landon Green gives chase behind the net. Ralston Valley trying to get it out, and they do. It comes to the neutral zone. We've got a 2-on-1 coming. Ladwig keeping his guy outside, gets his big skating away. Trudeau Coffey playing unbelievable right there.
Great play.
Mustangs looking for some penalty calls there. Nothing happens. AJ having a rough shift right here. He falls down, takes a shot from the point right there. Trudeau Coffey bangs that puck away from the front of the net, almost onto a Ralston Valley player's stick. Ralston Valley now having the pressure coming at us.
Right off.
That was a couple more great saves by Trudeau Coffey there. The puck comes free. Landon Green, a little space. Taken off the puck. And opportunity by AJ Harris there on an open net. Doesn't connect. And here comes Ralston Valley. Lucas Scott taking the punishment to take that player off the puck right there.
We are seeing this game get substantially more physical. Second period, they amped it up, and now we're starting to see a lot of open ice hits. So we're probably going to experience this the rest of the way in.
There's 8 minutes, 57 seconds remaining in the game. Screaming Eagles still up 1-0. And players encroaching from the side over here, so those centermen will get tossed over that infraction to set up some new guys. Brock Benson stepped in on that face-off, wins it back in the corner. McKiddo sends it around. Galushko's there to pick it up. Galushko ties up on the wall, gets it out to Drew Jenkins. Jenkins has a headman pass to Benson, just hits him in the feet, a little behind on that. And Ralston Valley picks it up, takes it back in the Screaming Eagle zone. Galushko whips it around, hoping for a defenseman there. Nobody home. Ralston Valley, Screaming Eagles battling behind the net. Comes out to Brock Benson that time. Brock can get room. He's got speed.
Ooh, that last move at the blue line caught Drew Jenkins off guard. He was about a half a step over the blue line.
Mark, you and I used to skate in the same skate where a guy out of Minnesota named Nick Ferret constantly talked about this game is not played east to west, it is played north to south. And when you have the puck going into the zone, you do not go east-west.
That extra move on the blue line almost always costs you an offsides.
That you got a guy going with you, and he can't judge that you're going to make a left hook real quick, and then you have an offsides, and that's exactly what happened right there. Brock had a man going hard with him. Brock made a turn, and you can't stop the momentum. Ralston Valley making a last-second line change there. I don't know how that worked. I guess they're the home team. They get the last change. Banged in deep by Eddie Chen. Scott tries to keep it in. It comes to the neutral zone. Chen takes it in. He's got two with him, and that goaltender
like that
will
play.
just
I love seeing Eddie just take the initiative, take that puck in, get a shot on net. You get a face-off down deep and see what happens.
And I think he was wise. He had two wingers going in with him, one right up the middle, one breaking in from the right side, so that increases opportunities for something good to come. Shot by Fisher from out high.
Deflected
hits
high
a stick and
net.
goes up and out of play. We'll just set that up. Burning the clock down 3 seconds at a time here. We're at 8 minutes now. It's been a long 57 seconds. Gabe Fisher slides in, bangs it in the corner. Ralston Valley tries to get it up and out of the zone, kept in by Elijah Fisher at the point. Nobody knows where the puck is. I think they thought they had it at their feet over there. Scott goes in, gets it around. Shot by Gabe Fisher, gloved down by Hickam. So they'll change lines and see if they can generate something out of the next line coming in. I think that line burned about a minute and 10 seconds off the clock with a lot of little things. And
it did. Bradley, you brought this up earlier. That last change for the home team is very important as we get deeper into this game. You want a matchup that is favorable to your team. So being the home team allows you to make that last change, and we can't change personnel. The Screaming Eagles can as the visiting team after that last change happens.
And we had a referee Saturday night explained it very clearly that when she puts her hand up, the visiting team has to stop. Nobody off the bench at that point, or she will call a bench minor. And so it's kind of interesting to hear it that directly. Charles gets it around over here to Chen. Chen slides it to the middle for Fisher. Fisher struggles a little bit to try and get his shot off a bouncing puck. He does get one, but it's picked up by Ralston Valley. They go for a passing attempt, and it will go the distance for icing. So they'll take it back down to the far end, to the right of John Hickam.
So Bradley, with 7:12 left here in the third, you're going to start to see a change in strategy, I would believe, from the Ralston bench. You're going to see
I would
some
pull
more
my goalie, quite frankly. At
it's might be a little early for that. I think we're going to see more stretch passes.
Yes.
You're going to see a forward hanging up high in the neutral zone.
They're going to try and
pull out a defenseman.
They're going to try and get somebody down here on the blue line, sneaking in behind the defenseman to see if they get a stretch pass to him for a breakaway. Definitely. Like that right there. That winger was in behind two defensemen, actually. And had he been able to grab that pass, he would have been gone. Campbell loses the handle on that puck, but he does get it up and out. Bounces it off Tallis' skate. Tallis tries to backhand it to the slot, picked up by Ralston Valley. That shot kicked away by Trudeau Coffey. Campbell comes up through the middle. He's got space. He read the open ice well to keep a hold of that instead of getting rid of it.
I like the effort.
He almost was going to go get that pass, that puck back in the zone before it came out. And there's a shot from a very low angle. Trudeau just shoulders that away. Comes over Galushko. Galushko tries to get it out. It comes through. Shot from the point. Trudeau, a lot of traffic in front. He still sees it, no worries. Passing attempt bounced away there by Galushko. Galushko giving chase. Handed off along the half boards over there. Knocked into the corner. Oh, there was another one-time attempt by 21. That kid's good at sliding in there and getting those shot attempts like that. It's the second one I remember this period. So there, Tallis bangs it up and out of the zone. And it will make it for icing.
It will be an icing
That puck got wobbling. I started wondering if it was going to make it, but it did.
Well, flurry of activity there now in front of Trudeau Coffee. So, hey, with a 1-goal lead, you have to be very careful down here in front of your own net. A lot of opportunities, weird bounces. 1-0 games are very difficult games.
Drew Jenkins slides in for the faceoff. They caught the same two guys sliding in from the outside again and threw the centerman out. Brock Benson takes the faceoff. It comes out to a Ralston Valley player. He hits Galushko in the shin guards or foot and goes back down to the Ralston end. You know, they probably almost could have called an icing on that because I think that came off as Galushko.
It was close.
Uh-oh.
Galushko.
Oh, there's... Oh, great shot by Galushko. Big rebound that Brock Benson tries to throw in and goes a little high over the net. And here comes Ralston Valley the other way. Winger's got speed. He drops it back for...
Good save.
A left-handed shooter coming in. And
a lot of traffic, a lot of guys out front there. So true to be able to see that puck coming through. That was well played.
I think Quentin tried to break his fall by grabbing a hold of that guy, which that'd be a lot of weight to pull some. You get pulled down if he grabs a hold of you.
That is for sure.
Nobody fell. So Hirschfeld out here taking the face off with the Charles brothers on the wings. And face off comes with a high shot from the blue line. Goes high and wide. No work for Trudeau. Battles along the board and the puck squirts out. Head towards the net slowly. Hirschfeld gives pressure. Turns off the other way, so here comes Ralston Valley with a little space. Chen looking to take his guy to the outside. Stands him up as he comes across the blue line. Good positioning by Eddie Chen there. Nice headwind pass up to Ronan. Gets it over to Carter Charles, who bangs it in deep. Ralston Valley sends it out. It ends up on Chen's stick. Oh! Chen's shot bouncing through where Carter Charles almost got a piece of that to redirect it. Shot comes from that left point by Elijah Fisher. Charles goes to work over there. Carter trying to get it down to Maddox. Maddox sends it back in deeper. Nobody on that side to get it by the Ralston Valley player. Oh, puck hits Carter hard enough in the foot, takes his feet out from under him. And Ralston Valley sends it in deep to the Screaming Eagles zone. Chen whips it around for Carter Charles, but Mustangs just bang it back in deep, so we'll set this same up the same way. Comes around to Chen to Charles. Charles tries to backhand it up to Charles. Charles to Charles. Didn't get enough on it. Puck's in there. Maddox picks it up. Sends it across for Carter. Carter dances around the goaltender.
It's loose.
It's laying right in the slot. Nobody can get a stick on it.
Still loose. Oh, good opportunity. We have a penalty coming here, and it's going to be on Valor. Nope, no, maybe
holding
not.
call
I apologize.
on Ronan.
On Ronan. Interesting in the offensive zone. So
he must have
play.
grabbed somebody and tied him up in that little flurry going on in front of the goaltender down there that got that call on it. So penalty kill again for the Screaming Eagles.
Pivotal time in this game. 3:20 left. The next 2 minutes are going to be on the penalty kill for the Screaming Eagles. So
if you remember in the first two periods, Mustangs were always ahead of the Screaming Eagles on shots. That turned around in this period. Yes. It is 32-25 favor the Screaming Eagles. So if they can kill this penalty, will be crucial right here in this game. Ralston Valley spreading the ice out. Shot blocked by Drew Jenkins right in front of the net there, so that never got through to True. Big hard shot. Comes out high. Ralston Valley. And Galushko breaks it up, gets it to Drew Jenkins, who's going to come in.
He's got help.
He's got Cole Campbell. Tries to slide it across.
Got to be careful to be too aggressive here.
They're going to come back, reset, buy some time.
Smart play by Drew Jenkins to regroup and get everybody back in position.
It's one of those situations, Mark, I always coached, when you're ahead, you don't need any more goals to win. You just got to keep them from scoring in it, right? And
absolutely.
Defense first positioning, like
good save, Trudeau Coffee.
Buy time, send it deep,
like that. That's a good job. Going to get fresh personnel here on the ice.
Carter Charles chasing
much needed
hard
after that first minute.
Gets wrapped around and held on to down in the Ralston zone. They're looking for Valley. Got guys sliding in behind the defenseman there. Got to keep an eye on that. We got a 2-on-1 breaking out. Player takes the shot. Had the pass attempt, takes the shot. That one kicked away by Eddie Chen. He's going to pick it up and send it up and out of the zone, all the full length of the ice. 33 seconds remaining on the penalty kill for the Screaming Eagles here. Ralston Valley setting up again deep in their zone. Got to watch the stretch pass, and that misses. Got to be icing.
That should be ice.
We will take it with 21 seconds.
Face
back
off down
to
deep.
the Ralston Valley zone. And Ralston Valley calls a timeout. Coach wants to regroup his players, reset a little bit. There's 21 seconds remaining in the penalty kill for the Screaming Eagles. 1 minute and 41 seconds remaining in the game. So
good opportunity for Coach Gwozdecki to talk through some of the scenarios that could potentially happen. More than likely, barring any scoring from Ralston Valley, we're going to see that netminder pulled, and you have to be careful with what your strategy is there. You don't want forwards or defensemen, when you're in a situation when the goalie's pulled, to get too excited about trying to score. What you're really looking for is lanes to clear the puck. If you have a lane where you can carry the puck down, get over the red line, and then shoot it into the net, then I think that's a great opportunity for you. But you got to get past that red line to make sure you are not putting your situation in peril.
I was coaching a quarterfinal game where we told the boys, don't look at that empty net. We're up by 1. We don't want to tie. Don't try and score. We don't need the goal, and they did. They looked at the net. The other team kept it in our zone, scored. I jokingly said at 7-12 to pull the goalie. I would pull my goalie right now if that faceoff wasn't in our zone and have a 6-on-4 down in the Screaming Eagle end. But they've got to win this faceoff, gain control, get it out of the zone into the Screaming Eagle zone with control, then they can get that goalie off the ice.
Screaming Eagles ideally win this faceoff and possess down there until this penalty is expired.
And they're off to a good start. Fisher gets the puck from Chen off that faceoff, sends it in. We got 10 seconds remaining. The Mustangs are going to have to make a screaming attempt to the other end. Keeping an eye on the goaltender here. If you see any exciting play stuff happen, call it out there, Mark. But that was a bad pass attempt there that was picked off by Chen.
Ooh, boy, that's a questionable hit there
and,
on Eddie Chen.
There's no call on that. It was a big hit from behind. Eddie not happy. And here comes Ralston Valley in again. They kind of got that breaking move while Eddie was still tied up out of position as a defenseman. That puck comes in a neutral zone. The net is empty.
Net is empty.
With about 58 seconds left, I believe, the Mustangs pulled their goalie. And while we just went to full strength about 25 seconds ago, we just had a high sticking call against Elijah Fisher. With 55.6 seconds left. That, folks, keeps the face-off in the Screaming Eagles zone. The net is empty on the Mustang end of the ice. And this will make for a 6-on-4 for the next 55 seconds. So that puck was cleared out into the neutral zone. It was a good play. Drew Jenkins got control. Drew will try to take a shot. He hit a player, so the puck didn't come out of the zone. Ralston Valley has control. They're out high. That was a dangerous shot. That went through a lot of traffic in the front. Those pucks start hitting skates. Screaming Eagles does get it to the neutral zone, and Ralston Valley recovers. Drew Jenkins will probably just try and clear that. No. Carter Charles,
clear the zone.
This could be a good one here because Carter does get it, and if he can get the break on this guy, nope, and it's up and out of play.
8.7 left. That's going to be a face-off down deep, which is going to require the goalie to come back in. So 8.7 seconds, you win this face-off and possess or get the puck deep. That should be the end of this game.
So it'll be a 5-on-4 situation with the goaltender going back in. Guess they didn't want to take the risk of leaving him out and winning the face-off and still having the extra skater. puck won back by Ralston Valley. They try and get it up and out. It doesn't. MJ
MJ
Ladwig's
eats
just
the
going to
puck.
pin it to the wall over
Well
there
played.
and burn off the next 6 seconds
And
to
he
the
does.
final
That's going to be the end of the
buzzer
game.
for a very close
Wow, closer to
1-0 win for the Screaming Eagles.
it was a battle all night, Bradley.
Closer game than I expected on my drive up here.
Absolutely.
And it will be back to the practice tomorrow morning. Maybe Friday morning, and a game Saturday night
Back
up in Fort
north here.
Collins.
Yeah.
Farther north than this. So we appreciate everybody tuning in to Shaw Hockey Productions live stream of this Screaming Eagles hockey game. And we will see you again on a Tier 2 feed on Friday night. And then for Tier 2 and Tier 1 on Saturday night from the frigid barn of the NOCO Eagles.
Yes. Have a great evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Good night.
I'm glad he's okay.